MK, and today I am joining Shannon over at She's Crafty for her mini paper pad class. Here is the sketch that we will be using today. I think it's pretty fun. I am going to do quite an unusual layout today. I have been putting these photos off for quite some time, and I mean, it's just pictures back in the day when I used to bowl in competition. And actually, it was a family affair. And so there was 4 generations that played on the team. And I struggled with documenting this because, for one, they always pick obnoxious colors for our team. And for 2, it's not very good photos because the person taking the photos isn't... it just was, oh, I know she wants to take photos, but, I just am not, very good at it. And so anyways, they're blurry, they're, messed up in all sorts of ways, but it is something that I wanted to remember. I did this for quite a few years. And it was fun, going to all these professional bowling games and meeting all the ins and outs of things. My grandmother actually used to be on the PBA, and so it was quite fun. Actually, it was one of the jobs that I did as well when I was in high school, and so it's something that I just want to remember. I enjoy the sport very, very much, but I didn't have a clue what to do, and so I just decided that I am going to pull out some orange for our obnoxious shirts that we were wearing. And then I pulled out like a graige actually is what it's called, for the pants that my uncle and grandmother are wearing. My cousin and I, we refused. My grandmother wasn't too impressed. She wanted us to look professional. And it's like, no, we're wearing pants, Grandma. This is not, the 80s. And when my dad showed up with pants as well, she threw her hands up and just gave up on us. So it was kind of just one of those things. But my Uncle Danny pleased her by wearing pants as well. So, or I should say slacks. I don't know what their real form is, but anywho, I took out every single circle punch that I owned and went to town on these little patterns that I have. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to just look crazy. Now, what I really wanted to do was find a different background and then punch all of these in black to represent a bowling ball. And then I thought, well, but nobody's balls are black anymore. Mine was actually like a red with gold lines in it, or like marble lines, and my grandmother's was out flat gold. It was gorgeous. My uncle, his was like a neon color. They're not black anymore. Back in the day, they're all these fun and funky colors. I think you have to pay extra to get just a black bowling ball. Anyways, and then the more that I kept putting all of these pieces in, the more I thought, well, it just kind of sort of looks like a Halloween page. Like, oh my gosh, do I even like this? Okay, so I disappeared for quite a bit because I was looking for a white strip that was long enough to take this washi. Now, this washi has absolutely no stick to it whatsoever. I honestly think I need to move the location of my washi. I keep them on rods, and they're way down at the bottom because at first I was like, I don't even know what to do with this product. And so I'll keep it right here until I can figure something out. It is not something that I reach for very often. I definitely, it's not my first product that I would reach for. And unless it shows up in a kit, I don't buy it. It is just not my favorite product in the world. I need to come up with a challenge to use it. In fact, while we're playing around here on the piece of paper, I don't know if you guys know, but I started a dice game last year in February, and I basically challenged myself. So I have 2 sets of dice. I have 2 die, I should say. And when I roll one, it is for 5 products that I have an abundance of. And when I roll the other one, it is also for 5 products that I have an abundance of. And I can't remember if one is texture and one is, what's the other word? Dimension? Yes, that's the word. And I think that's how I have it set up. So texture and dimension. And basically what it is I would roll the die and have the die be played with. So what the numbers represented was what I played with for that entire week. What is that noise? Are you guys hearing that? I don't know. It's kind of creeping me out. Anyways, I don't know. This is what I get for doing voiceovers in the dark. I don't do voiceovers in the dark. I was just kidding. So in order to get my brain, let's get back to the layout. Can we, please? In order to get my brain to process what I am doing, I always start from large to small. And with all the circles in an annoying little pile, I had to separate them in order to get, them laid out the way that I wanted them to. So I always start with large, and then I will work, my way up to the teeny tiny little ones. And that is basically it. I did start off with how the largest ones were set on the original sketch. And then after that, I went rogue and decided that, I'm going to do my own thing and just start placing circles, because I had way more circles than what was in the sketch. I also want to talk about the background paper. Now, this is mulberry paper. Did you guys hear that? See? It was creepy. Okay, so this is mulberry paper, and it's almost like it is glued to a piece of cardstock. It came this way. I picked it up from my girlfriend's stash when she was getting rid of all of her pattern papers. So yeah, it was just a fun textured paper that I thought would look really cool for, kind of, in other words, a boring subject. That's pretty much it. I do have journaling on the pocket pages for this. So this is just one side of the pocket page, and then I have another page of just my uncle meeting us there at the meet. And he will get his own layout, actually, because shortly after this, he passed away. So, so our family is getting smaller by the minute because, for some reason, this generation just decided not to have children. So it's kind of interesting. Anyways, not what the layout's about, but could be. So I'm just randomly putting the circles down, and instead of laying all the circles out and then gluing them down, I just went for it. I basically just thought, you know what, it is what it is. I'm going to do what I want and place them down. If it's a disaster, I could just pick up my photos and start over again. But I actually like how it looks. It reminds me of the curve that the bowling ball actually makes when you throw it down the lane. That most professional bowlers, they roll it off to one side and then it curves back in. And that's exactly what these circles reminded me of. In fact, that's why I decided to do this layout to begin with, because of the sketch reminded me of that curve of the bowling ball. So, and plus I have just been putting off doing these photos for the longest of time because I had no clue what to do with them. So because these chipboard stickers don't stick worth a darn, I had to glue every single one of them down, and I did not make you guys watch any of them. And I took the 2 little asterisks and just put them on each side of the memory lane part, and thought that, I just don't know what to do with asterisks, so let's put them on a layout. Yeah. I do have these really old sticky back sequins from Close to My Heart in this grayish color, so I thought that was perfect. I'm going to add a whole bunch to the layout, and this one is one of those where more is more. I mean, this would have been a really cool, water layout for sure, but I definitely liked the curve around the circle. It just spoke bowling ball to me. I don't know why. Like I said, it's not a very exciting subject to scrapbook about, but it was a memory that I wanted to remember. These were like exciting times. It really, really was. The lanes are huge, and you bowl 3 games in one day, and then 6 games in another day, and it's just, one right after another, go, go, go. And yeah, so I decided not to do any orange sequins because I was going to have a little bit of orange going up and down the page, but I think that this works, and I am done. Be sure to check out everyone else that is possibly playing along down below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.